Welcome to the Mike Litton Experience Podcast. Mike has over 31 years experience in real estate, finance, and investing. He's passionate about being a father, a teacher, a realtor, an investor, and a leader. Everyone has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. And now, introducing the host of the Mike Litton Experience, Mike Litton.
So what can you expect from the Mike Litton Experience? You can expect stories that will inspire, motivate, advice that will sharpen your focus, and expert information on real estate, finance, and market conditions. Shahpour Nejad, thank you so much for being our guest on the Mike Litton Experience. Like we talked about before we hit record, everybody has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. So with your permission, we're going to start with where you were born, go all the way up to today, and then we want to talk about what Pizza Guys is doing in terms of delivering amazing food, and then also in terms of franchise opportunities. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. So where were you born?
So originally I was born in a small town, northern part of Iran by Caspian Sea called Sari,
Okay.
S-A-R-I, Sari Iran. And that was a long time ago. And when I turned 16, I moved to the United States. And the reason for that being is just, it was very fashionable that the parents could afford it, or, they send their kids abroad. Usually it was during the college, but it was like, my parents, I guess, were very excited.
Yeah.
So I actually finished my high school in the United States and moved to Cleveland, Ohio.
Really?
And I was in a private school over there, Christian school, and that's how I got started. Cleveland, Ohio high school, and then Cleveland State University. I did my mechanical engineering, graduated there, and there's a lot of twists in between because I left Iran during the best time, the glorious time of the country as far as prosperity and happiness for the people during the old regime, which is
Right.
the Shah of Iran. My best memories is from that era, and what I remember, when I was only, I spent 16 years of my life over there, and then
Right.
the rest of my life here in the United States. So it was a very good time. And when I moved to the United States, I was a rich kid driving a Trans Am with the eagle on the hood and going to high school and having a lot of pocket money and stuff. And all those good things came to an end when there was a revolution in my country, and my dad couldn't send money anymore. And so I had to get my first job. And my first job was working at a pizza shop. And I had to work to earn money to pay for school tuition, because in order to stay full time and not get deported,
Right.
I had to pay for my school, which was very expensive. And this gentleman, which is a friend of mine, and he was kind enough to give me a job, and one thing led to another. And on the first day of interview, he said that, do you have any experience? I said, no, but I'm going to work my butt off for you. And
Right.
I did. And he liked me so much, he made me a partner in that pizza shop. And then consequently, we opened the second one, very successful. And we just went on. And 1984, I graduated, and I used to have not used to have, I still have it, my relatives in Sacramento, California, and visited them every Christmas. And here the weather would be so nice and Cleveland be so cold. So I told Joe, I said, hey Joe, this is something wrong over here. Those people have so much fun, in the wintertime they have short sleeves,
Right.
So I graduated, and I want to go ahead and maybe move to California. Can I sell my share back to you or somebody else? He said, yeah, I like California too. You go and I'll come. So I sold my share back to him, and I moved to California. And this is where the new chapter, started here in California.
Yeah.
And it was very challenging because all I knew about pizza business over there was the East Coast pizza, which
Yeah.
is thicker, meatier, nothing healthy about it, let's
Yeah.
say, but here is everything about healthy. So I had to learn the California style of making pizza,
Yeah.
and totally different, totally different. And after I did that, then started the Pizza Guys chain in 1986, and I opened about 7 company stores in the first 5 years, and we had some very good people, very, very good people that were running our stores as managers for us, the employees that started as a driver, cashier, phone person, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But they had no means of becoming a franchisee because they had no money.
Right.
So my first goal was to help these people that helped me get to where I am.
Yeah.
And same thing that my partner did in Cleveland. So I financed all of these people, and they became our first franchisees, believe it or not.
Wow.
So we grew very organically with these 7 managers and employees that we had. I financed them. They became the owner of the store. They're still with me after all these years, after 40 years, and they have, anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 6 stores right now as a franchisee, and
Mhm.
and then it just went on like this, very organically at the very beginning. A lot of friends and neighbors and customers and stuff like that came and bought Pizza Guys from us. We didn't go out and sell it. We didn't think we were ready yet, but they came and bought, and we just grew like that for a long time till we finally put it in gear and had all our infrastructure and all the stuff ready to go full blast. And I'm happy to say that uh, we have stores in California, Nevada, and we're going to be in Texas by the end of the year. We have 2 franchisees signed up already.
Wow.
We have over 90 stores open right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 90 locations.
90? 90?
90, yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that's awesome.
90 stores.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we thought that we have been expanding into Southern California a lot. The last 2 years, we opened about 18 stores, and we're opening more. Northern California, pretty much we saturated. And
Mhm.
Nevada, we have 2 in Northern Nevada, 2 in Las Vegas area, and we are also Texas. I thought it would be the next battleground and the next huge market for us. And everything looked good. We studied the market, and we have 2 franchisee opening by the end of the year. So that's our next territory.
That's
And
awesome.
more to come, hopefully.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So if it's okay, let's backtrack just a little.
Yes.
So growing up in Sari, Iran,
Uh-huh.
what was your favorite? Well, first of all, tell us about Sari. You said it's on the Caspian Sea?
Is right by the Caspian Sea. Very beautiful climate. Very green, lush green. Summertime humidity is high because it's by Caspian Sea.
Right.
And the Alborz Mountain behind us, so humidity is high. But otherwise, it's a very lush, beautiful, green area, unlike what you see on TV over here.
I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
it's a very, very nice town. A lot of activities, outdoor activities because of the forest and the sea and the mountains and stuff like that. And I had the best time. I had the best time over there.
That's awesome. So growing up there, what was your favorite thing about growing up there?
We had a big family, and a lot of cousins, and a lot of boys, because it grows in the family too. But we used to spend a lot of time in our grandparents had huge houses, and I remember all the good times we had growing up with them. And also I remember uh, during the Persian New Year, which is the March 21st, which is the first day of the spring, we used to do a lot of traveling to cities in the south, the main cities that a lot of tourists go: Shiraz, Isfahan, or even Tabriz, or Shiraz, Isfahan mostly because of the warmer climate. And a lot of good memories about spending time with the cousins and families and friends. And my parents were well off, so we always lived in beautiful homes and properties on the mountain or the villas by the sea and stuff like that. So a lot of good memories, and the country was so prosperous and so good, that so modern, that it was actually a surprise that what I had pictured in my mind moving to United States, it was like something really huge. I thought I'm going to see a huge difference, but in fact, in some cases, we had things that I didn't see it over here. So I had a lot of fun, and family was great, and friends were great. The high school that I went to in Iran, private high school, a beautiful high school. So, and the education is a lot more advanced than when I went to university over here and taking, all my math, the linear algebra, calculus, and all that stuff. We already studied that way in high school before.
Wow.
So me from a B student in Iran, I was an A plus a student here in the United States. So that was a good feeling.
Wow, that's awesome. So the same curriculum that you were studying when you were in Iran, you ended up studying in college out here?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it is advanced out there.
Oh yeah, very, very, very advanced as far as education and early education and stuff. So yeah, it was turned to be a student to A plus here.
I got you. That's cool. So when you moved to Cleveland,
Uh-huh.
do your parents stay in Iran, or do they?
Yes.
Okay.
Only me. And I had the principal of the high school came to the airport and picked me up,
Oh, wow.
brought me to the high school, and that was part of the program. You sign up with an agency in Iran, and that's what they do. So you get your I-20 and then you move. So he picked me up, and then we registered in high school first, and then he says, I'm going to take you to these American families that you're going to stay. That's what I chose, to stay with an American family. So, and then I'll show you, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then whichever you like. So he took me to the first one, and I fell in love with the family right away. And I said, this is it. And I made a good decision, because I was very, very happy staying with this family and immerse myself in the culture and the language and all that stuff. So I would say, from not speaking a word of English, even though we had English courses in high school, it was not the same, So within 6 months, I could easily speak English and comprehend and stuff like that. And also our high school, being private and very high up, it was a lot of curriculum. English as second language was taught, and we picked it up really quick. And then when you move to United States, when you move to any country, when you're young, you're like a sponge. You pick up really quick,
Yeah.
So it was fun. So that I ended up living with that family for about 2 years, and then during the college years, I had roommates, and we got an apartment and things like that. So
Gotcha.
that's how it worked out.
Did your parents eventually come to the U.S.?
Unfortunately, my dad passed away, but my mom did move to the United States, and she lives here with us right now.
Yeah. Sorry about your dad.
No problem.
So you're in Cleveland. You go to high school. You finish high school.
Right.
Last 2 years.
Yeah.
You decide to go to Cleveland State University. Why Cleveland State?
It was again part of the program.
Okay. Okay.
Part of the program that we signed up from Iran, that we're going to finish high school, and it's automatic transfer to Cleveland State University.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And that was an engineering school downtown Cleveland, and that was part of the program, and we did that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could have transferred to anywhere else, and some people did, but we already bonded with a lot of my family over there, my American family, and a lot of friends. So it was a natural thing to stay over there.
Yeah, no, that
At
makes
the same
sense.
time, I was already the owner of a pizza shop, so there was no reason to leave.
Yeah, why leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so growing up, who was the most influential person to you?
My dad.
By far.
My dad was a huge entrepreneur. We had many businesses. and he was the owner of all these businesses. We had a Nissan dealership,
Wow.
importing car from Japan. We were the wholesale distributor for sugar, cotton, and wheat and stuff like that. We were also wholesaler from American chemical fertilizer for farm working,
Wow.
And he also had acres of rice fields that people worked. They leased the land from us and worked, and also citrus orchards.
Okay.
Acres and acres of citrus orchards that we owned, that people worked and leased and stuff like that, and many other businesses. So I spent a lot of time with my father when he was like dealing with employees, dealing with customers, negotiating deals and stuff, and even traveling to Tehran to negotiate buying this stuff. So I was always around it, even though I was a little kid. I was hearing how he treats people, how he talks to people, and everything I knew about it. It was that the honesty and the relationship that we had with the vendors, and also respecting the employees, because without them, you're nobody. And that's the one thing that I care about here at my organization. I always say that, I'm nobody without my good employees, and taking care of the employees, making sure that they're well taken care of, that kind of thing. So I spending a lot of time with my dad and seeing what he does. I think that influenced me a lot.
Yeah, sounds like it.
In a positive way, yeah.
When you went to Cleveland State, what made you choose mechanical engineering?
I actually chose that way before, when I was in Europe. Yeah, I always loved things mechanical. My favorite magazine was Popular Science.
Okay.
I couldn't wait for the newsstand to get that magazine, actually, so I can go get it. I can go get it and read it and see what's going on. And my favorite movies in Iran was Star Trek and things like that, and seeing all the technology that they use. It was unbelievable, because all those movies, American movies, was translated into Farsi.
Right.
High Chaparral, Bonanza, Rockford Files, all kinds of stuff. But the most interesting was anything about engineering and science and technology. I loved. And, I read a lot of stuff about the flip phone that you see way back then, the satellite cameras that can see a dime on the floor, all that stuff I read back then, and now is a reality. So I know most of the stuff that I read is true, so very interested in science and technology from the very beginning, and very, very mechanical, I'm do-it-yourself kind of guy, fixes everything. My son called me MacGyver.
Yeah.
MacGyver,
That's
because
cool.
I can fix anything with anything, what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, replacing the parts. So if something breaks, I like to open it up and see if I can fix it before I change it,
I love it. That's awesome.
That I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in high school, did you have a favorite subject?
Did I what?
Did you have a favorite subject?
In high school, no, but I do have in college. Probably everything, because it was so exciting. It was a new thing for us.
Right.
I remember one thing that I was very surprised. When I was in college, the first 2 years, I had to take some courses. They call it electives, so you have to take it to have it. So, and somebody was saying, psychology, my time was just perfect for the psychology. And I said, what the hell I need psychology for? I'm an engineer, it's like, and the guy said, it's good, take it, and I said, not me, psychology, I'm going to go crazy. But be honest, I took that class. That was one of the classes that I loved, because it tells you about humanity, and about people, about yourself. You become self-conscious of your actions and reactions with people, with friends and stuff like that, with society and all that stuff. So I took the next class also. I
Oh,
took
that's
the next
awesome.
class. So that was became my favorite psychology, and I didn't expect that at all.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I'm actually surprised. I was thinking you were going to tell me something like math or chemistry or, some sort of science,
No, that was
right?
part of the deal. That was
No, I
part of it.
got you. I got you.
Those are like given, those
Yeah.
are classes that you take it. But whether you like it or not, you chose mechanical engineering, you have to
Yeah.
study that. But something that is outside of that
Yeah.
envelope and outside that league, and this was psychology, was that.
It's fascinating though. It had to help you analyze like your dad, right? And the people that he dealt with that you watched. Because you had a front row seat, right? To learn how to master managing people and building businesses. And that's awesome. That's really cool.
You actually, after that, you basically, when you get introduced to a person, when you get to meet a person, unconsciously you analyze them.
Yeah.
Maybe you ask them about their background and stuff, and when you do that, you sort of make a good guess of what their background is and
Right.
why they're here and why they talk like that and why they act like that, that kind of thing. So it's very interesting. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. It's very true. The psychology about people, it goes back to their roots, very, very deep, and you get to know that, you get to analyze that. So
Yeah.
interesting.
That's why we get people's life stories here.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it.
Yes.
So over your right shoulder, there's a car. What is that?
Are you talking about this?
Well, actually, I was talking about the one to the middle. It looks like a VW Bug.
Oh yeah, this was the first marketing and advertising agency that we hired. The guy came in and he was very prepared. He came in with that car, and he has the Pizza Guys logo on it, and he came in with a beautiful presentation. And one of the things that he did, he actually went to whatever number of stores we had at that time, and he interviewed customers on the street asking if they heard about Pizza Guys.
Right.
He brought all those facts to me, and even though it was right on the same street as Pizza Guys was, it was a lot of people didn't know about Pizza Guys.
Right.
And he was trying to make me understand that, hey, I need to hire him.
Yeah.
So we have more customers know about us and stuff like that. And I did hire him, to be honest. I liked his presentation, and that was one of the gifts. That was one of the things that he brought to show me. So whatever. So we wrapped all of our cars. That was the reason that he brought that car. So you got to wrap the cars. You got to get more visibility, this and that. You got to be in your neighborhood, do local store marketing, fundraising, be part of the community, things like that. And I hired him.
So he actually went out and interviewed people on the street?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I didn't pay him a dime for that. He just did it to get it. And when he did it, I said, you work hard for you.
Yeah. So when he walked in, he was prepared.
He was prepared. Yeah.
Like he literally had feedback for you, the whole thing.
Very good presentation. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. It doesn't surprise me that you paid him. So you ended up wrapping your cars. Are you wrapping the cars that you're using for delivery?
Yes.
Or are you wrapping all your cars?
We're wrapping all of the cars that we have. We have about, probably at the corporate office. Franchisee can, wrap up, and we assist them with that. And we have a lot of franchisee wrap up their cars too. But these are all the field reps that go out and check on the stores. We have about 14 cars that we wrap with the Pizza Guys logo. And so when they're driving down the street, when they're going to the store, it's very visible and nice looking.
Gotcha. So you decide at some point, after moving to Sacramento and opening up your Pizza Guys restaurant, you decide to expand. Talk to us a little bit about, now obviously 90 stores, but talk to us a little bit about making that leap. What made you decide to start expanding, like to the second, third, fourth, fifth location?
So up to the first 7 company store that we opened, it was very easy because we had good people, and those people were capable enough to run each stores and stuff like that. But when you ran out of these kind of people, you have to say, okay, what's next? What's going to happen? And then when I start financing these people and they became our franchisee, at that time I learned, in order for me, and one of the things that I talked to these franchisees was that you need to develop another person that can take your place, that could be as good or better than you. That's a condition. And these people work really hard to develop additional people to do that. So that's the time when I click. I said, okay, these people, so we can go ahead and actually have a program to develop new people that can become our franchisee or become the store managers and runners.
Right.
So it became sort of like a walk in the park for us. So, okay, we just put a program in place, train these people, get them well trained, and give them all they need, all the tools they need, and they're gonna grow. And they might be our next franchisees or whatever. And also at the same time, when these franchisees became successful, we had customers that would come in that wanted, and there was relatives of these people that wanted, or even them, they wanted a second store, a third store, fourth store. So it became like a river running, So I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. So all I had to do, just make sure that I have the infrastructure to be able to support these people.
Right.
And that's when I bought this nice building over here that we are in. We have a test kitchen, which is a replica of one of our stores, 1,200 square feet, sitting over here with all the same equipment and stuff that we do, all the training, all the innovation, all the R&D, all the new products that we come up with, and testing and all that stuff. So we have a very robust system, and also the training facility over here that are capable of, coming up with new ideas, new recipes, and new stuff, and also a place to train people.
Right.
Train people. So our infrastructure is ready for another 100 stores easy.
I got you. Okay.
Maybe by that time we'll get another building.
There you go. So the first 7 stores, you turn them into franchises.
No, the 7 stores, we kept it as a company.
Okay, kept those.
The managers that were running it, they became a franchisee of new stores after.
New stores in addition to the 7. So the 7 are corporate owned, and then you've got franchises. Now you've got 83 franchises, right?
Yes.
Okay. And basically the sky's the limit for you. Like you could open franchise. Can you open franchises in all 50 states?
Yes, we are licensed for 50 states. Yes.
Okay. So literally the sky's the limit for you. You can go anywhere and open a Pizza Guys franchise. So if somebody is interested, go ahead.
We also had inquiries about China, India, the Middle East, Dubai, and stuff like that. We studied the market. Right now we are in only few states in the United States. We have another 40-some states that we can go to.
Right.
We are a humble company, and also very cautious about making sure the brand doesn't get watered down. And we traveled to China, we traveled to Dubai, we traveled to all these countries to see if it's a right fit for us. And at the time that we went over there, we didn't think, for all the effort and money that we have to spend to be able to get the brand over there is good, and also control. How much control you have on the brand, you know what I'm saying? And I hear a lot of horror stories that, somebody buys it, the brand in a different country, and then totally different. It has nothing to do with the original brand, and they don't follow the same procedures and stuff like that. And I didn't want to do that. And I mean, that's not out of the out of my head yet. But the thing is that if I have to have the right person first.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. So if somebody is interested in a franchise, do they just go to the Pizza Guys website?
Yes.
Okay. And let's say somebody's interested and they talk to you and they're a good fit. What happens next?
So we set up an interview, and if we can do a Zoom interview first, and then but subsequently we have to have an in-person interview and stuff. And I have a dedicated person that goes through all the applications, the financial and all that stuff. You don't necessarily need to have experience in the pizza business, but you have to have the right mindset.
Right.
You have to have the right attitude. And when we ask those questions, during the interview, we'll find out that if they want it. So one of the things that is different about us, we are not looking for investors that, unless they're experienced in other food business, that they have an infrastructure. But there's sometimes investors come in with millions and millions of dollars, and they want to buy 10, 20, 30 stores,
Right.
and they want to put managers and stuff. And it's not the love of business; it's just the money part of the business.
Right.
So there's no passion for it. They're looking at that as an investment.
Right.
But all of our people that are running our stores right now, they have the passion for the business. This is their main income. This is their bread and butter.
Okay.
So for that reason, we have a very, very tight company as far as control, and everybody doing exactly the same thing. Nobody is being a rebel, and good relationship with the franchisee, very good relationship that I'm proud of. So when the time comes that if I have to go to any international market or something, I would do it at some time. But right now, this is what we do.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that the typical the franchisee that you're looking for is somebody who's going to be an owner user?
Owner user, yeah, that is going to be the operator.
Okay.
Operator, yes.
So if somebody comes in and they're the owner operator, right?
Uh-huh.
How do they expand to another franchise if they want to?
So our owner operator is the first on the first store. Right now we have franchisees that own 7 stores.
Right.
So when they own 7 stores, they didn't start with 7; they started with 1. And then after you get to know the business, now you can have an infrastructure, you can have a system, you can have a area manager that can go check the stores and stuff like that.
Right.
But as long as the main person is on top of everything, is overlooking the whole thing, then it's easy to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So for the first one, they have to be hands-on. After that, it's just having the manpower to run multiple stores.
I'm with you. So how long do they need to be a franchisee before they're able to buy the next one?
Minimum 1 year.
Okay.
Minimum 1 year. And that 1 year, they have to show positive, month-over-month growth and positive in everything. Their FFR visits are very high numbers. Satisfaction is very high, customer satisfaction high, their star rating is high, that kind of thing. I only grow if my franchise system grows. So I'm happy to support them and do that. But the thing is, I don't want to just do it because of money. I want to do it because they deserve it, and because they are representing the brand in the best way possible.
Right.
If they represent the brand in the best way possible, it helps everybody else.
Absolutely.
But if they damage the brand, they damage everybody.
Yeah.
So we don't want that.
That's absolutely true. So if somebody decides that they want to buy a franchise, they interview with your person, right? They pass the interview, they pass the application, all that. What happens next? Do they come to you in Sacramento and spend time with you training?
Yes, we have our corporate training place is in Sacramento right now.
Okay.
We are trying to have a second one in Southern California, because that's our expansion, and we will definitely have one in Texas when we go there.
Gotcha.
A second one. But right now, because we are in central, well, you're not quite central, but it's Northern California, but it's very easy for people to come over here and get the training. So they get half of their training here in Sacramento, and we have what we call boot camp training, that is not just training on production and making pizza, is becoming a franchisee.
Okay.
How to do the books, hiring, firing, this, that, all the stuff that you need to know about becoming an owner of a pizza shop.
Right.
And then right before opening, we send a team to the store to set up the store the way it should be, and help to train the franchisees and their employees. We're there to help them out, but we don't want to intervene into the day-to-day business, because
Right.
franchise model is not like that. So they do all the training, all the hiring and the stuff. We assist them with that to make sure that they're following all of our procedures, all of our know-how. And that's the rest of the training happens over there at their store.
So the franchisee does the hiring and firing, or does
Yes.
your team come in and do the initial hiring for them?
No, the franchisee, we assist them. We assist them. If they ask us how you do it, where do you put the ad? This is what we say.
Gotcha.
All the know-how comes from us, but they are practically the owner, and they should be doing all of that stuff.
Gotcha. I agree with that. So how long is the initial training where they come to Sacramento?
Is 3 weeks over here, and then another 3 weeks over there.
Okay. So the team comes in for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
So they're on site for the first 3 weeks?
At the store?
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the training is here in Sacramento, and then I don't want to give you the wrong information, because
No, it's okay.
we have changed it so many times.
I've got you.
Redid it, but at least for a fact that there's a week that the team goes. That's a couple days before the opening, all the way till the end of the week, and then we have subsequent weekends. We have people going over there, so there's a lot of training, a lot of holding hands and stuff like that goes on.
Yeah, it's important. It's important for your brand, right? And it's also important for the success of the franchisee.
Exactly.
So one of the things that I know about franchising is my dad actually worked for Mako Auto Painting and Body Works. That's how we ended up in California.
Okay.
And I got a chance to get to know Tony Martino, who's one of the kings of franchising. In fact, he's in the Franchising Hall of Fame. He started AMCO, which you've heard of, and then he started Mako, which you heard of, right? Both of them became the number one franchisors of those particular industries, right? Transmission and bodywork.
Right.
And one of the things that I got to do was every year we would go to a different place for their annual convention, and I got to hang out with Tony. And Tony took me under his wing. He didn't have to, but he took me under his wing, and he explained to me that when you become a franchisee, you follow the model. It's what you do, right? He even went so far as to take me backstage before they did an awards ceremony, which they did at every convention. And he said, I want you to stand back here and I want you to watch. And afterwards, I want you to tell me who follows the model and who doesn't. Right? I mean, it was an amazing experience to learn from him. So, quite a deal.
It would be unwise of a franchisee that buys into a franchise system and not follow it.
Exactly.
Because our job here is to make sure that we give enough support and know-how to these franchisees so they succeed.
Yeah.
Because we don't succeed ahead of time. We have to see that they succeed first, and then we succeed. Yeah. So for that reason, it is our job to make sure that they're taken care of, and they're, we support them, and we get them to the highest place as far as the sales and stuff goes, and as quick as possible.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's a big deal, man. And I can tell you that from being a franchise owner for 18 years, right? So it's been quite an experience. I cannot thank you enough for being our guest on the Mike Litton Experience. We're going to put a link to your website in the episode description so that people can go and check it out and reach out to you if they're interested in a franchise.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir. It was great to meet you.
All right. Have a nice one.
We hope you enjoyed another episode of the Mike Litton Experience. If you did, do us a favor, smash that subscribe button, tell your friends, family, and coworkers about our program, and wherever you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating. It helps us to connect with quality people just like you.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Mike Litton Experience in the books. Reach out to Mike on Instagram at Litton Realty. Want to meet with Mike? Check out calendly.com/Rio760.